Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the hangar, the home of the Ballard Bombers for tonight's Raccoon River Conference matchup between the ADM Tigers and the Ballard Bombers. I'm your play-by-play commentator, Brock Bierman, alongside with a good friend of mine, former All-Conference Raccoon River Conference member, Chase Wintermore. We're getting ready for a good matchup. Chase, how are we feeling tonight?
Feeling good, man. I appreciate the hype up. That was very, very generous of you. But yeah, man, feels like I'm getting old is how I feel, Brock. It feels like just yesterday I was playing games out here, but it feels good to be back with you, my man.
Should be a good one tonight as the opening tip goes in favor of the ADM Tigers. ADM's coming in on the season 12-3 record-wise. They do have a really good away record, 6-1. Bombers 12-1 on the year with a 5-1 home record. So on the opening possession, Schweiger will give it up, out of bounds, and an opening possession turnover for the Tigers gives the ball over to the Bombers. Starters tonight for the Bombers: Parker Miller, Miles Mudd, Jackson Brown, Easton Ursuline, and Jude Gibson. Gibson will get the ball to start here. The better point guards in the state as Brown will fire a long-range three. No good. The ball was tipped, and it will be Tigers basketball.
Yeah, I'm already loving the intensity in the gym here, Brock. I don't know, man. I'm kind of getting goosebumps currently. This is fun.
You can feel how big of a game this is. We're getting close to postseason time. Every win really matters at this point in terms of seeding for postseason brackets. And Gibson will get called for the reach-in. Trying to strip it away from Trey Bright. Tigers ball. Jude's first foul, team's first.
Yep, Jude gonna have to be careful now. Already picking up a foul in the first minute here, so like playing aggressive here, but got to be careful in the rest of this first quarter.
Tigers looking to get it inside, but is tipped off the hands of Miles Mudd and into Gibson's. Another turnover there. Gibson inside, puts up a little jump hook off the back of the rim, no good. Rebound by Fisher. Starters tonight for the ADM Tigers: White Schweiger, Hudson Scholl, Trey Bright, Hudson Lawrenson, and Cade Fisher. Tigers will give it over to Bright, who will take it in over Ursuline, no good. Tipped around and recovered by Scholl for the deuce.
Yeah, I wonder how they'll mark that in the stat book. That was definitely a pass, right?
Oh, for sure.
For sure.
If I was the player that did that, yeah, it would have been a pass. Gibson, another tough shot, no good. Rebound to Bright. Tigers with the possession, up 2. You can tell that this is going to be a really physical game already. Bombers take a lot of pride on their defense, and I know ADM does as well. Mudd defending, 10 seconds on the shot clock. And Lawrenson is able to draw a foul against Miles Mudd. Second foul for the Bombers.
Yeah, very important first quarter here if you're ADM. And this goes to any level of basketball. Anytime you're on the road in a big game, you always want to give yourself a chance early here and not let it get out of hand. So credit to ADM, holding things under control here in the first 2 minutes.
Tigers with the possession. Ursuline defending. Fisher over to the left side. There's Lawrenson. Lawrenson, their star, drives in. A nice scoop finish over Easton and Ursuline. Lawrenson's averaging almost 24 points a game. That's really good for her, a high school basketball player, let alone a junior. As Brown takes it in, no good. Recovered, though, by Ursuline.
Yeah, that's not too shabby at all, Brock. 24 points a game. I know our guy Kelvin Adams would appreciate that reach layup there as well, so got to give him a shout out.
I knew that was coming at some point. Tigers up 2. We'll hand it off to Bright, guarded by Mudd. 15 seconds on the shot clock, over to the left corner to Schweiger. He'll pick up his dribble and have to give it up to Fisher. Guarded by Ursuline, off the drive, nice take. Able to get a double clutch shot, but it doesn't fall, but a foul called, so he will go to the line for 2 free throws.
There you go. Also, I will mention Brock is battling a flu game tonight, so we're both a little rusty, so apologies in advance, everyone.
Yeah, we're taking over for Tim. He went to Jared Davis as he's on vacation this week. Or Timmy Trumpets, depending on
yeah.
how you know Tim Davis. After the first made free throw from Fisher, he's able to get the second one to go. Had some substitutions. Trying to figure that out here as Mason Gatchell checks in for the first time in a while as Brown's three is no good. Gatchell's been battling an injury, suffered in the first couple games of the season. It's great to see him back on the court, and that was great defense there from Dylan Schoen. Bombers in transition. Ursuline will fire a three, top of the perimeter, back of the rim, no good. Rebound by Bright. Here come the Tigers in transition, showing another great defensive possession. We know him as a great defender on the football field, and he's showing it here on the basketball court as well.
Bright, I can confirm he's been doing that since 6th grade when he was on my team for the Ballard camp. So this is nothing new to me. This also makes me feel really old. I remember coaching a lot of these guys.
As Gatchell's shot is able to fall, and that's a great look for someone who's been battling injuries all season long.
Yeah, I think the second game we said all year for Gatchell, so good to see him back and getting in the scoring column early for the Bombers.
Tigers with the ball. They're up 2. There's that three right there from Scholl is no good, but a foul called on Schoen. Did kind of jump a little bit into him. Not ADM, Schoen did. So
yes,
probably a good call there. Got to give the guy some space to land.
Exactly, yep. I'm glad though this isn't like a reviewable play like what we see in college and NBA where that'd be a flagrant. Don't get me started, or I'll go on like a 10-minute tangent here about reviews at the end of basketball games, but that is for a whole different time. We're not bringing that up.
A good thing we don't have reviews in high school yet.
I appreciate that.
Second free throw from Scholl is good. Substitution, number 3, Carter Madison will check in for White Schweiger. Third free throw here from Scholl is up. And good, 3 for 3 on that trip from the junior. Bombers with the possession. And a quick steal there from the Tigers. Right, take it in amongst 2 defenders. Great defense from Gatchell and Brown, able to affect that shot. Here come the Bombers. Brown gets a screen from Gatchell. Spins inside, looking to body his way up. Draws the foul, and Jackson Brown will go to the line.
Yeah, I think we're going to kind of see a theme tonight, Brock, where, you know, these teams have already played each other one time earlier this season, so you're already going to have film. You're going to see what most of these they're already seen what most of these guys, their sets and stuff like that, so I don't think that we're going to see much easy points tonight for sure.
Brown's free throw is good. Parker Miller will check in for Easton Ursuline. Jackson Brown will get one more free throw. Shooting about 82% from the line. He gets it to go, and he will check out as Gibson will check back in. Tigers with the ball. Bombers applying a little bit of a pressure, and right away it forces a turnover there. Again, the Bombers take a lot of pride in being able to force turnovers, as it's able to help them set up offensively. Less than 3 minutes to go here in the first quarter. Tigers lead by 3. Miller with the ball, he'll take it in. Over to the defender, no good. And Parker Miller was able to steal the offensive rebound from Bright. Miller inside, a difficult shot, no foul called. It will remain Bombers basketball, but that was a hard fall from Parker Miller.
Yeah, like you mentioned, Brock, going to be a physical game tonight. Both these teams know each other pretty well, so I feel like that's going to just be the theme most of the night here.
Yeah, I mean, when you look at Bound, they got the projection basically, or I guess historically, these two teams have been back and forth, Hasn't necessarily been back and forth in terms of every other game a team is winning. There's been streaks. Obviously, ADM since 2006, the Bombers actually lead the overall series 19-18. ADM has won 3 out of the last 4. The Bombers have won 6 out of the last 10.
Yeah.
So you know what you're getting when these two teams match up against one another. It's going to be a good game. Bombers were able to come out with a 3-point win against ADM at ADM. 58-55 was the final score of that one, so they're looking to make it 2 straight in this series. Gibson with the ball. He'll drive in. Puts it up with the right hand on the left side. A good inside hand finish from Jude Gibson.
Yeah, we'll see how ADM handles this pressure here. I know they just burned a timeout, and looks like they definitely talked about that in the timeout as they get the easy layup there.
Fisher able to get the layup. One of the rare times you'll see a team break this Bomber press so easily. Gibson will find Miller in the left corner. He will pull the trigger for a 3. No good. Battle for the ball. Tipped out of bounds. Should be Bombers ball. It is.
I feel like, I don't know how much you watch Texas A&M at all, Brock, or if anyone out there does. I feel like not necessarily I would compare the Bombers to them. I feel like they both do a great job of like crashing the glass. Bombers, anytime there's a miss, I feel like there's always someone crashing the glass. And I watch a little bit of Texas A&M, a little Wade Taylor, so I want to make the comparison.
Gibson's 3 rolls out. On the other end, Scholl will fire a 3. He hits it. Scholl's had a good first quarter. Has 8 points now. First official 3, had 3 free throws from a foul from 3-point range earlier in this quarter. Tigers rolling on the offensive end. Ursuline takes it in on Fisher, looking to put it up. Bodies his way, no good. Tipped around, rebound by Miller. Miller tries to kick it out. It was tipped and stolen away by Fisher. Great effort there. It will remain ADM ball, but Parker Miller was almost able to poke that ball loose and get the steal.
Yeah, but I think for defensively, or for the defensive end, Brock, Bombers really got to keep an eye out on Hudson Scholl, who just knocked down a triple there, shooting 47% from 3 this year. So really got to make sure you know where he is at all times.
I think that's pretty good.
Yeah, that's not too shabby. Yeah.
Tigers with the ball. Getting close to the 1-minute mark in the first quarter. They lead it 14-8. Fisher, top of the perimeter, guarded by Ursuline. Over to the left side. He has Lawrenson. The ball is thrown away. Here come the Bombers. Gibson puts it up with the right hand. It was good. And, man, it's hard to guard Gibson on the drive on the fast break.
Yeah, one of the best finishers, I would say, in all of 3A for sure. And, yep, great job there by Jude, just keeping his dribble alive and getting all the way to the rack.
Scholl, another 3. He hits it. Good Lord, man. This guy can stroke it from 3-point range. What did you say, 45, 47?
Yeah, 47.
47% 3-point shooter. So 17-10 is the score. Not sure what the pause in the action was, but it'll be Bombers ball.
It'd be nice if we were courtside and had the refs come to us. And
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding. We're not that fancy.
We haven't gotten to that level yet.
Yes, eventually maybe.
30 seconds left in the first quarter. Gibson, double clutch shot inside is good. Trims that deficit to 5.
Yeah, great refusal there, the ball screen there by Jude, just seeing that, baseline, there's no help there, and make sure he gets all the way.
5-point lead for the Tigers. Probably hold it here for the last shot. See if they try to get it to Scholl, who's been on fire in this quarter. 4 seconds. He's going to have to put something up here. Scholl takes it in, kick out. And they will not be able to get it off. Bright had the ball, just couldn't get it up in time, and that will do it for the first quarter of play. Tigers lead at 17-12 here in this Raccoon River Conference matchup. Want to give a shout out to Chick-fil-A Ames. Chick-fil-A of Ames is a proud partner of the Ballard Bombers. Join Chick-fil-A in cheering on the Bombers all season long. Let's go Bombers. Also want to give a shout out to Flight Bar and Grill for all of their support of the Ballard Network. They are our presenting sponsor, and without them, we wouldn't be here providing this broadcast to you on this amazing Friday. I mean, the weather was amazing outside.
Gorgeous Friday, yes.
It's fall spring, so in a couple weeks when we have a bunch of snow, nobody be shocked.
Yes, that's right. I'm planning on it, man.
But yeah, I want to give a shout out to Flight. Amazing food, amazing people. If you ever get a chance to stop in and see Matt and Marianne, tell them thank you for supporting the Ballard Network.
Hopefully we can get a fish fry coming up here too as well.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
So what did you see here from the first quarter between the Bombers and the Tigers? What do the Bombers need to adjust in order to get back in? I mean,
yeah,
Scholl's just an amazing three-point shooter for the Tigers, so obviously you got to stop him, but what else do they need to do to get back in this?
Yeah, obviously, yeah, you got to keep an eye on Scholl. And I think, you know, just like looking at like the pressure here, like I know ADM called a timeout early. Obviously talked about the press, so I would just be a little lenient on the press. I know the Bombers like force a lot of turnover and stuff, but you also don't want to give up easy buckets here, so we'll see how Coach Schertz adjusts for the second quarter.
Gibson misses the opening three of the second quarter. The Tigers will take it in transition. Here comes Bright, guarded by Ursuline. Bombers have been playing good defense. It's just Scholl has been able to stroke it from three-point range. And that is great defense on that shot. Out of bounds. It will remain Bombers ball. Lawrenson tried to go up over Ursuline, but sometimes height wins.
Yeah, you could say that for sure, Brock. You're a big guy, you know.
So Lawrenson will head to the bench as Walker Holmberg will check in for the first time tonight. Mudd, top of the perimeter, will get a screen from Ursuline. He'll hand it off to Miller, who picks up his dribble around the free throw line. 15 seconds on the shot clock. Bombers down 5. Gibson will take it in, puts it up with the left hand, no good. Loose ball, and great save from Fisher, able to find a teammate. In transition, here come the Tigers. That layup from Schweiger is no good. Battle for the rebound. And a jump ball called. It'll be a possession arrow towards the Tigers.
Yeah, going back to that last possession there from Jude, I don't mind the take there. I think he can maybe get a little bit of a better shot than, you know, an offhand floater. I think maybe if you go with your right hand, might be a little bit easier on him. But like I said, though, don't mind the take there. Maybe just would have liked to see him use his right hand there.
Great steal there from Mudd. Here come the Bombers. Gibson inside, right hand finish is good. There's the right hand.
Nice inside hand finish there. Shout out Kelvin Adams.
Bombers down 3. Tigers with the ball. A little over a minute into the second quarter of play. Inside, Scholl puts it up and in. Scholl averages around 10.3 points per game and already has 13 for the Tigers. So good start for him on this Friday night. Mudd, spinning layup is good. The senior Miles Mudd.
A little Joshua Jefferson in that game, I see, Brock.
I don't know if you'd appreciate that.
You know what? That's why I said it. That's why I said. I hope he goes back and listens to that. Shout out my boy Smiles.
I know it's no Hunter Dickinson, that's for sure. Because Dickinson would have missed that. Tigers with the possession. Again, they're only up 3, but it seems like every time the Bombers have been able to make some noise, the Tigers have been able to respond. Holmberg guarded by Gibson, 8 seconds on the shot clock. And he will throw it away, out of bounds, Bombers ball. Substitutions for the Bombers. Dylan Schoen, Mason Gatchell, and for the first time tonight, Jackson Scott will check in as Easton Ursuline, Parker Miller, and Jackson Brown will head to the bench. Here comes Gibson. He's 8 points already, averaging almost 16 points per game, right around 15.9. Scott's looking to give it up. Finds Gibson. He'll pull the trigger for the 3 and hits it. That's one of his skills that he's been able to develop since a freshman. It seems like freshman year, a lot of people would kind of back off a little bit from from range. Now you gotta respect him from the three-point line.
He is definitely a three-level scorer for sure.
Scholl on the other end misses the three. Rebound by Jude. Ball game's tied. Bombers have a chance to take the lead. Gibson pulls the trigger. No good. Battle for the rebound. Miller comes up with it. Gatchel inside, puts it up. No good. Tipped around. Rebound by Miller. Miller bodies his way inside. No good. A rebound by Fisher and a foul off of the rebound. And the Bomber fans are a little upset over that.
Yeah, heck of an effort there by Parker Miller and just could not get it to fall. But credit to ADM there sticking with it and drawing a foul. And we have a tight game, Brock. 19-19 here.
Miller did pick up that foul. That's his second, so he will head to the bench as the Easton Ursuline will check back in. Also, I think number 1, Schweiger for the Tigers went to the bench as Lawrenson checks back in. 4:30 left in the half, tied up here at 19. Been a competitive I cannot speak today. Flu game. Competitive battle. Physical down low for sure as Fisher puts it up over Scott and able to get it in. After the bucket from Fisher, we'll see what the Bombers are able to do in response. The ball is tipped and stolen away by Fisher. Gatchel just fouls him on the fast break, preventing an easy bucket. Only his first, team second. Jackson Brown will check in for Mason Gatchel. Tigers remain with the possession after that foul from Gatchel. They're up 2, 3:50 left in the first half. Bright with the ball, guarded by Gibson with 20 seconds on the shot clock. Bomber student section getting into it. Wide open is Lawrenson for 3. He hits it. And for a guy that's averaging almost 24 points a game, you can't leave him wide open for 3.
Yes, yeah, I mean, I thought so far this game, Brock, they've really done a great job of holding them. I think he only had 2 points before that, so. But yeah, like you said, just can't leave him open.
Ursuline looking to respond for 3 and unable to get it to fall. The Tigers now kind of building a little bit of a run here. Scholl for 3, no good, tipped, and a rebound by Schoen. Bomber fans wanting a foul called against Lawrenson. Gibson inside, foul on the drive. May have been a makeup call for the physical rebound down on the other end. But that one will go against the Tigers.
Yeah, it's been a physical game. Like you mentioned, Brock, you know, sometimes you're probably not going to get those calls in a game, especially like tonight. So, yeah, Bombers and Tigers both got to just be really strong with the ball tonight, as you might just not get as many calls as normal.
Gibson, Scott, and Schoen go to the bench as Cade Agana. Jackson Brown shoots that 3, hits it. Cade Agana, Lincoln Miller, and I'm trying to remember who else. Miles Mudd check back in. Bombers almost able to force another turnover there off the pressure. A great 3 from Jackson Brown, who we know is able to get hot quickly from 3-point range.
Yeah, and I like the couple sets that Shirts had drawn up for him at the beginning of the game, too. Just couldn't get him to fall, so hopefully this one will get Jackson going here.
Lawrenson will take a timeout, unable to get the ball in bounce for the 5-second call, so 2:32 left in the first half. Tigers lead it, but only by 2. 24-22 is the score. Again, want to give a shout out to Flight Bar and Grill for all of their support of the Ballard Network. They help us be able to cover pretty much every Ballard athletic event from middle school to freshman JV and varsity events. Without them, we wouldn't be here providing this play-by-play commentary in this live stream for this highly anticipated matchup rematch as well from earlier in the season between the Bombers and the Tigers. So thank you to Flight Bar and Grill for being a supporter of the Ballard Network and Ballard Athletics. Bombers on defense coming out of the timeout. They're looking to find a way to get this game back tied or take the lead before the end of the second quarter. Bright with the ball. He'll shot fake, take it inside, finds Fisher, able to draw a foul. And he will go to the line for a pair of free throws.
Yeah, I've been pretty impressed with Fisher tonight, Brock. You know, I feel like obviously he's probably not one of the top scorers here for the Tigers, but I feel like, you know, he just knows his role really well as a senior. You know, he's going to give you good aggressive play, I feel like, most nights. And I feel like he's done exactly that tonight. So credit to Fisher so far this game. It's kind of been a bright spot for the Tigers, in my opinion.
7 points tonight for Fisher. He gets the second one not to fall. I guess I thought he was going to go make it. Good old announcer's jinx. Officials say it was last touched by the Bombers, so it will remain ADM basketball. .2:12 left in the first half. Tigers lead it by 3. They currently have the ball as Bright is guarded by Miller, Lincoln Miller specifically. Bombers have been playing some good defense in the last couple possessions, as that 3 will not count. Offensive foul called against Fisher. I'm pretty sure it's like an illegal screen of some sort, as he gets called for his first foul.
Yep. All right, Brock, now I might just go on a little tangent here. I feel like we need to see illegal screens called a lot more, just like in the college and pro game. I feel like, I don't know, I just see way too many. I know like they made an emphasis like a couple years back of like limiting charges called, but I don't know, man. It just kind of drives me insane.
That's
like,
the one call that, like, when I'm watching a college game, I can tell you 100% of the time, because whether Kelvin wanted me to do this, but when he told me how to set better screens, I learned how to get away with tugging, pulling, moving my hip out. Yeah, so I know when an illegal screen happens, to say the least.
Yeah, sorry to go on a tangent there.
Oh, no, you're good.
I feel like we just don't see them often.
That's a rarity. Bright with the ball. We'll give it over to the corner, and that floater is no good from Holmberg. Battle for the board. Everybody's on the floor. Jump ball called, possession arrow towards the Bombers. 1:06 left in the first half. Bombers lead 25-22, or Bombers trail 25-22. Looking to tie it up with a 3 or make it a 1-point deficit with a 2. Could be a huge possession here in the final couple minutes, or a minute and 6 seconds left in this first half.
I'd like to see the Bombers here get a set either drawn up for Jude or Jackson, and see what they can do here. Try to go for a little 2-for-1 here, and kind of see what they can do. Maybe try to tie this game right now. You don't necessarily need to, but I'd like to see them either get a set for Jude or Jackson here.
Miller with the ball. He'll take it in, spinning, puts it up and in. PK Miller with the layup over Trey Bright.
That works.
Finish.
Yeah, that works as well. Give my boy Parker the ball. A little ISO at the elbow there, like that as well.
40 seconds left. Bombers down 1. Bright inside. Looked like Jude was set, but the officials say otherwise, as that will be called for a block. And Trey Bright will go to the line.
Yep, I think that was the right call there, Brock. I think Jude was still moving there just a little bit.
One of those bang-bang plays?
Yeah, yep, for sure. I feel like Bombers have done a great job, though, limiting Bright tonight. I know going into the game here, he's averaging 13 points per game, and I'm seeing – I don't even think he's on the scoreboard yet. So credit to the Bombers there holding him to a low-scoring first half.
shout out the official for wiping down the court after the Bombers and the Tigers have been battling, diving for the ball everywhere.
I know, man.
I mean,
this game that they need a little mop boy down there.
For sure. Bright goes to the line. Misses the first one. I mean, we could have invited Jerome Tang to wipe up the court. I heard he's in Ames.
I heard he's in Ames too, Brock. Also heard there will be a whiteout tomorrow as well. So.
Oh, yeah. Oh, dang, I got to find my one Iowa State piece of clothing that's white for tomorrow. Second one for Bright. No good. 0-2 on that trip. Would say it was the Bierman Furniture Baldo Light situation, but like Bierman Furniture doesn't exist anymore.
Shout out Nate Bierman. El Gato.
Haven't said that one in a long time. Looks like the Bombers are going to hold it here, as there's pretty much barely a half-second difference between shot and game clock, so they can get the last shot here if they want. 10 seconds. Gibson pressured. It looks like he's getting fouled. Finally, the officials call something. The shot went in, but that won't count.
Yes. I like the foul there by ADM. You know, make them inbound the ball here, and I know Bombers had a set coming, so I like the foul. I'm still trying to figure out what just happened there. Sorry, I was kind of at a loss for words.
Miller gets the inbound, fires a 15-footer, hits it! Parker Miller with the huge shot to end the first half. So what a way to cap off the first half of play between these two Raccoon River Conference rivals. Bombers take the lead heading into the half, 26-25.
Yeah, Parker, 2 big shots there down the stretch for the Bombers, and I don't know, Brock doesn't feel like they really played super great, but they got the lead at half, so I expect another great half of basketball for sure.
We'll step aside real quick for our halftime performance by the Ballard dance team here on the Ballard Network. We'll recap the first half and then get into what should be a good second half of play inside the hangar. 26-25, Bombers lead it. getting ready here for the second half of play. I'm Brock Bierman alongside Chase Winterbourne filling in for Tim. He went to Jared Davis. Bombers lead 26-25. Great up and down battle. Both sides had even amount of runs. Obviously on the scoreboard, only a 1-point lead for the Bombers, thanks to a late shot from Parker Miller.
Yeah, might pull a Coach Deason here and say I thought the game would be closer. Just had to make a joke there.
Yep.
But yeah, it's been back and forth. Brock, I know ADM got off to that early lead there, and Parker Miller kind of closed the gap there going in the half. And I told Brock, kind of reminded me of Monte Morris game winner versus Texas in the first round, Big 12 tournament, whatever you use, Big Game Day. So, yeah, Parker Miller playing pretty good tonight. I know he has, I can't believe he actually only has 4 points. I feel like he's been involved on almost every possession, but been really impressed with Jude Gibson as well. He stepped up so far this game, has 11 for the Bombers here. But yeah, looking forward, should be a good second half as well.
For sure. Yeah, you mentioned Parker Miller. He's averaging around 12 points per game, only has 4 on the scoreboard currently. But like you said, just because he's not putting up points doesn't mean he's not at least being involved in some way, shape, or form. And on the defensive side of the ball, he is everywhere.
For sure.
Including Dylan Schoen.
Yeah, Dylan, I know, and I was saying it too. It just makes me feel so old, man. I remember all these guys, or most of these guys I was coaching back when I guess I was in high school. I think most of them were like middle schoolers at the time, but kind of crazy now that some of these guys are seniors and juniors, so time flies.
I'm trying to think, because I was, I think they were the seniors were in 6th grade when we were seniors.
Probably, man.
And
yeah, kind of crazy.
I remember Mason Gatchell,
yep.
Miles Mudd, and honestly, maybe even Lincoln Miller. They were all in Kelvin's social studies class when I was over peer helping them my senior year.
I forgot you did that, yeah.
So, yeah, trust me, I feel just as old as you do. Ursuline looking to start the second half with a 3-point shot off the left side. Hits every part of the rim, even the backboard. It's hard to find a way to get the backboard to be involved in a corner 3, but he found a way.
I had no idea we were at the Maui Invitational, Brock, but we have the Maui Rims tonight in Huxley, Iowa.
Hopefully that means good things for the Bombers. Tigers looking to respond here. Down 4 early in the third quarter of play. Schweiger has been pretty quiet so far tonight. Will kick it out over to Bright for 3. No good. Battle for the rebound. Miles Mudd comes up with it.
Yeah, but I think if the Tigers are going to win this game, Brock, they really got to get Bright going. He still has 0 points so far for the Tigers here, and he's an essential part of that team.
Had an opportunity for a couple free throws, went 0 for 2 on that trip. So, yeah, he's been struggling on the offensive end, but he's been able to crash the boards as well as other Tigers as Miller is able to get that shot to go. And I feel like if the Bombers are going to want to come out with a victory, getting PK Miller a couple more touches is going to be key.
For sure, and he's been heating up recently, ever since the last couple minutes of that second quarter there, and good to see him get going here.
Gibson defending Bright. He passes it, and it's tipped by Mudd and stolen away. Mudd on the fast break, puts up a difficult layup up and in over Lawrenson, and a timeout called. The Bombers are on a run here early on in the third quarter. What a start there for the Bombers. 33-25, they lead it here. And man, a difficult pass Bright tried to make right there. Mudd read that perfectly, able to tip it, get the steal, and get the fast break layup.
Yeah, I feel like that is prime Miles Mudd right there, just kind of doing the dirty work for the Bombers. And, shout out Coach Deason as well. Doesn't always told me, doesn't like the cross-court passes, and, that's one you try to avoid there if you're the Tigers. And, also, Brock, I know you hear that probably a lot in basketball, but, a lot of coaches say, the last 4-ish minutes of the second quarter and, first 4-ish minutes of the third quarter, are probably, one of the most important of the game. And the Bombers here, they jumped off to just touched my math skills, 7-0 run. Start off this third quarter here, so great start here by the Bombers, and see if they can keep applying pressure here.
Started off with a corner 3 from Easton Ursuline, followed up by a right-handed jump hook from Parker Miller, and then that last defensive possession where Mudd was able to tip it and force the turnover with a steal, able to get the layup off the fast break. resulted in that last timeout from the Tigers. Here comes ADM, and a difficult pass almost stolen away from Ursuline. And that's, again, another key moment where the Bomber defense and their pressure is coming in handy early on in this third quarter.
Yeah, this Bomber team is just so athletic, Brock. You really got to be careful on those long court passes there if you're the Tigers.
And Ursuline can get up, so even if you throw it a little high, he can intercept that ball easily. Here's Bright, double teamed by Miller, and Ursuline kick out the Scholl for three. No good. Kind of a shocker that Scholl misses a wide open three, but they are able to get an offensive rebound. Bright inside, shot fake, goes up and under, and there's his first bucket of the night. Looking to get back into the scoring column was Bright there, averaging 13 points a game with his first bucket tonight. Down low is Ursuline. That's set back by Fisher. Battle for the ball. Gibson comes up with it. Gibson inside, over two defenders, draws the foul, and he will go to the line for 2 free throws.
Yeah, and huge shout out Parker Miller right there, you know, just getting the Bombers an extra possession there just by applying some ball pressure. After that block shot, I think that was from Fisher, if I'm correct. But yeah. So I'm trying to catch my breath here, man. This has been an exciting game.
That foul was on number 2, Hudson Scholl, his first, team's first. And Gibson will go to the line for a pair of free throws. That's 11 points so far tonight. Makes the first. Mason Gatchell and Caden Agana will check in for Parker Miller and Jackson Brown. Gibson will get another free throw here. Shooting around 72% from the charity stripe this season. Second one rattles out. And the rebound to Fisher. Tigers looking to end the little run the Bombers have had to start the third quarter, maybe start a run of their own. Bombers on the other end trying to get a stop, as there is Schweiger with his first bucket of the game, able to get it over Gatchell. Ursuline fires another three, hits it. He's got 2 in the third quarter.
Hand down, man down, Brock.
They dared him to shoot the three, and I think they're regretting it. And a turnover there. Bombers will take over with possession, and the Bombers have a chance to make it a double-digit lead with a bucket on this possession.
Yeah, and I know ADM burned the timeout there early in that first quarter to try to solve the Bombers' press here, but Bombers, I mean, I wish I had like a stat guy in front of me to see how many turnovers they forced tonight, but it feels like they're starting to really ramp up the pressure here again.
Dylan Schoen checks in for Jude Gibson, and then also number 14, Walker Holmberg, checks in for the Tigers. Agana drives in, draws the foul, and he will go to the line for 2. First one is good from Agana.
Brock.
I unintentionally may have done the announcer's jinx without saying anything. I just pointed at our stat sheet that Agana was 3 for 3 from the free throw line this season, and then he proceeds to miss the free throw. So
you just had to, man.
To the Agana family, you can send all your hate mail to Tim Davis.
Yeah, Tim Davis. Yes, you're Tim tonight.
Yeah, my name's Tim Davis. I'm Tim. I didn't go to Jared Davis.
That was good.
Oh, that's terrible. Tigers with the ball. Lawrenson able to get it in and up for 2. And for a guy that's averaging 20 points, over 20 points a game, he's only got 7.
Yes.
So credit to the Bombers, but you know him. He's not going to take that as a, well, it's not my night, can't put up any more shots.
Yep, for sure, Brock.
And a travel call, so that'll be a turnover. Tigers will take it back over. And again, that momentum swinging a little bit back towards ADM's way. Bombers still lead 38-31, but that's what you love about these close ranked opponent games where it's just the momentum keeps going back and forth. Basketball's a game of runs.
Exactly, yep.
And a foul called against the Bombers there. I think Agana is going to be called for it. His first.
Feels like there hasn't really been like a whole lot of foul calls tonight, Brad. I don't know if anyone's in foul trouble for either team. I definitely could be wrong, but it just kind of surprises me. I feel like we've seen a lot of aggressive play tonight.
Ursuline almost comes up with a steal. He got shoved by Fisher. No call there on the other end. Tigers still going, and then a foul called right there against the Bombers. All right. That one's against Agana, his second, so 2 quick fouls for him. 3rd team foul for the Bombers. Great effort, though, from Easton Ursuline. Almost able to force that turnover on that inbound. Less than 4 minutes to go. And a push off. Gatchel was able to sell it even more. Offensive foul, Bombers ball.
I love how right after I said there, it doesn't seem like there's been a whole lot of foul calls.
The announcer
I jinxed that as well.
At this point, we can't point out anything. We can't say anything.
Exactly. Oh, man.
I guess if we're going to jinx something, Jackson Brown hasn't necessarily been, he's been kind of quiet here, hasn't got a lot of touches here in the second half. Let's see
there you go.
If that can help.
They definitely won't draw a setup for him right here.
Bombers with the possession. Gibson inside, puts up the right-handed shot, and it is good. He's got that nice touch, able to bounce it a little bit over the front of the rim, up and good.
For sure. I think, he's so good at that. That floater is a tough shot, Brock, and Jude is excellent at that floater.
Gibson gets called for the foul on this reach-in. Shows a little bit of emotion there, which, with how intense this game is starting to pick up even more, who would have thought this game could pick up even more intensity?
Yeah, definitely not me, but.
He's showing his frustration there as he picks up his 3rd. So you just mentioned that nobody's in foul trouble, and now Jude Gibson picks up his 3rd.
Yep, just got to be quiet the rest of the game here. Apologies.
And another foul called against the Bombers. I think the Bombers are 1 away from putting the Tigers in the bonus, as that one's on Jackson Brown. That's his first. Trey Bright will, I guess it's 5 fouls for the bonus. I forget, different than other leagues. It's been a while since I called
we
high
have the
school.
NBA rules.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think it's a new rule too.
New rule this year, okay.
I could be wrong. I thought it was 6, so.
Okay.
Holmberg makes the first.
Was it? I apologize. Is this not 1-1 either? 2
No,
shots?
I think it's just 2.
Oh, okay. NBA rules. I like it. Okay.
1-2 on that trip. Bombers up 8 with the ball. Looking to gain some momentum again as Gibson gets another floater with that right hand.
Like I said, Brock, Jude is just great at that little float game right there, and that is tough to guard.
And a foul called again, this one on Agana as well. That's his 3rd. So in 1 quarter, Caden Agana has picked up 3 fouls.
This is my fault.
It's going to be past my bedtime by the time this game gets over because of you.
Apologies. I'll be up all night though, Brock. Got Jerome Tane coming to town anyways.
Oh yeah. Got your cameras ready.
That's right.
Scholl's second free throw is good. 2 for 2 on that trip, makes it only an 8-point lead for the Bombers. The Bombers have an 8-point lead, but the momentum literally feels like it's in the middle right now.
Yeah, I agree.
And one team's looking to find a way to grab it at this point. A little lob pass that got tipped around. Miller was able to recover and get the layup for the Bombers.
That was definitely how they drew it up, I think.
Yeah. Schoen was just a decoy the whole time.
Yes, exactly.
Bright kicks it out. Scholl will fire a 3. No good. Tipped. Rebound by Brown.
Bombers kind of fortunate there. I think the last 2 threes from Scholl were pretty much like wide open. He just missed them. So Bombers pretty fortunate there.
Miller spins, puts it up off the glass, no good. Rebound by Bright. He gives it up quickly. Lawrenson, layup is good, and that was probably a good move by Schoen, not trying to contest that. You don't want to pick up your third in that situation.
Yep, sometimes you just got to make a business decision, Brack.
Brown looking to fire a huge three, no good. Out of bounds, and it'll be Tigers ball. Right now it feels like ADM starting to pick that momentum back up. As Gatchel, Ursuline, and Mudd will check in for Miller, Schoen, and Agana.
Yeah, I feel like these final 2 minutes here, first quarter, if ADM can keep it within single digits, that's kind of their goal. And Bombers' goal, I think, is to try to expand this to a double-digit lead. So we'll see how these final 2 minutes play out here.
Huge 2 minutes left here in this third quarter. Bombers lead 44-36. Bright, guarded by Schoen. Looking to go inside, kick out to Scholl. Bodies are on the floor. Fisher able to get the shot, almost gets the offensive rebound, and another foul off the board. 2 shots, we'll see who it's on. That's on Schoen, so that's his third? They haven't updated, yeah, that's his third.
I believe so.
So now we got 3 Bombers with 3 personal fouls. As Fisher makes the first free throw, Miller will check in for Schoen.
Yeah, these are always tough games too, Brock. As an official, both teams playing pretty aggressive. So, I've officiated a few games in my day, so no, these are tough games to call. So,
wouldn't want to call a Big 12 game.
Yes, no, would not want to be there. That's for sure.
Great rebound from Ursuline off of that missed free throw from Fisher. Great high-low action to Miller. Miller's layup is good. Able to fight through the contact and get the deuce.
Only a sophomore, by the way. Not too shabby.
Just unbelievable how much he's been able to contribute to this program already as a sophomore.
Yes.
Fans are starting to get into it. Scholl's three's no good. May have been tipped by Ursuline, honestly, as he was able to get up there. Fisher's layup's no good. Great defense from Miller. Ball's tipped out of bounds. It will remain Bombers ball. 50.9 seconds left in the third quarter.
Ooh, everyone catch their breath here.
46-37 the score. Bombers lead it. Huge 50 seconds left here. One of these teams looking to secure the momentum heading into the fourth quarter. And Brown stepped out of bounds when he caught that ball in the corner, and that will be a turnover. I know that was probably one of the things that you worried about a lot, being a three-point shooter, worried about that three-point out of bounds line.
Yeah, I probably got called for a few of those in my days. I don't know. This is random things come to my head, bro. I feel like Matt Thomas got called for a lot of those. I don't know why I'm just quoting random Iowa State basketball players. I'm sorry, but
if you want to get into that, I can
I know you could. Yeah.
Lincoln Miller will check in for Parker Miller, and then Dylan Schoen will check in for Jackson Brown. So,
yeah,
interesting move here for the Bombers. Schoen does have 3 fouls. Keep that in mind.
I will also add, Brock, I didn't probably get called for a whole lot of those because I just sat on the three-point line, didn't really drive a whole lot,
That's
so
true.
Didn't really have that problem. But yes, that is a good point that you make.
It's one of those where you don't really consider, and then when someone does it, it's like, why would you do that? But you don't think about that stuff.
Exactly.
Bright looking to take it in on Gatchel. Tough shot, gets called for a foul, and he will go to the line for 2. Trey Bright still only with 2 points. That's Gatchel's second.
Yeah, I think Gatchel is in great position there. If he just would go straight up there, I don't think he would have gotten a call. So.
First free throw is good from Bright. Jackson Brown, Parker Miller, and Jude Gibson will check in for Mason Gatchel, Lincoln Miller, and Dylan Schoen. Definitely an offense-defense substitution right there, as the Bombers will have the ball with the shot clock dead, as Bright's second free throw is good. 4 points tonight for the junior. See what the Bombers draw up here with 10 seconds. Looks like Gibson's going to want to call his number. No, finds Miller inside. Great pass and a great finish from Parker Miller. Great offensive play right there from the Ballard Bombers to head into the fourth quarter. with a good lead. 48-39 is your score.
Wow, that was a heck of a pass there by Jude. I have no idea how he got that through there. Heck of a pass by Jude.
I want to give a shout out to Huxley Communications for sponsoring the Ballard Athletic Booster Club. At Huxley Communications, the only thing faster than our internet is our service. The only provider in the area offering 100% fiber optic service. You can depend on us for your home, work, and school. A partner in your community and your trusted source for the most reliable internet service. We invest heavily in the communities we serve. Year after year, we're proudly to support the Ballard Community School District and Ballard Athletics, a local member-owned cooperative since 1937. We are the #1 local telecommunications provider for Ballard residents and surrounding communities. Go Bombers! So thank you to Huxley Communications. Thank you to Chick-fil-A for being supporters of the Ballard Athletic Booster Club. And thank you to Flight Bar and Grill for being the presenting sponsor of the Ballard Network. Without Flight Bar and Grill, we wouldn't be here providing this play-by-play for this amazing 3A Raccoon River Conference battle between two top-ranked teams, as well as our JV freshman games that were on earlier today, as well as the middle school events that we put on the Ballard Network as well. So without Flight Bar and Grill and their support, we wouldn't be able to give you all this access to Ballard Athletics. Tigers with the ball to start out the fourth quarter of play. Bombers were able to go on a good run to start the third quarter of play, looking to do the same thing here in the fourth quarter. Lawrenson looking to take it in, goes up over Ursuline, rolls around, no good. Battle for the rebound. Fisher trying to just throw something up, hoping to draw contact, but nothing's called.
Great job by Ursuline there, just going straight up. That is just such a tough shot, going up against a tall guy there who just literally jumps vertically. So great job by Ursuline there, not picking up a foul.
And they will call a travel on Jude Gibson.
This is where we need a review, or not replay.
Replay.
Why did I say we need
review?
No, we do not
yeah,
need
review the
we
travel
do not
call.
need a review, no.
We need to review everything.
No. Replay.
We need to spend 5 minutes to determine whether a
oh, man.
obvious three
That
is
is-
a two-point shot
yes.
or something like that.
No, we do not need that.
We'll see whether or not they got the first down.
Yes, no.
Bombers applying pressure on the defensive side. Bright spins, has to give it up, finds Scholl in the corner. Right back to Bright. He's looking for a three, hits it. Again, averages 13 points a game, now has 7 after being scoreless, I'm pretty sure, in the first half.
Yes, yep, you'd be correct, Brock. So see if you can get going here this fourth quarter for the Tigers.
Gibson tries to get it over to Miller, and it's stolen away by Bright. Lawrenson in transition for 3, and that is pure. P-U-R-E, pure.
Yeah, I didn't like that last possession there from the Bombers here. Just a lot of standing around. I think you got to just keep moving the ball here. Maybe he'll try to get a post up for Ursuline here as well. See if he can draw a foul.
I spelled pure right?
I am not an English major, Brock, so no comment.
Miller's shot is no good. Tipped around, last touch by Bright, and it will be Bombers ball. See what the Bombers run here. Mudd will be the inbounder. He'll be guarded by Lawrenson. They'll give it to Ursuline. Brown in the right corner, looking to drive in, does. Gets a body, nothing called, blocked by Fisher. On the other end, Schweiger's shot is stripped away by Gibson. It will remain Tigers ball. Great effort there from Gibson on the transition defense.
Yeah, and credit to ADM now is picking it up on the defensive end and leading out to a couple threes here and got ourselves a one-possession game.
Schweiger with the ball. They'll swing it over to the right side to Lawrenson. Lawrenson's got 12 in the game. And he's looking to add more with this three-point shot. It goes. The Tigers are feeling it from three-point range in this fourth quarter. And we're tied.
Yeah, just like that, Brock.
Bombers won't call a timeout here. Tigers on a run. Gibson Over to Brown. Brown takes it in, puts up a difficult shot, nothing called. Tigers in transition, they have the numbers. Bright will dribble it out, looking to take their first lead since the second quarter of play. Miller poked the ball loose, dives for it, still loose, and they'll call a foul against Parker Miller. That'll be his third. I get why Bomber fans are a little frustrated with the call. However, he did kind of make contact and forced Bright to fall to the ground.
Yep.
So I do think that was a good call.
Yeah, as a coach, you always want your guys to be the first to the ground there. So can't be mad at Parker there for that effort. But I feel like the last couple possessions, Brock, the Bombers have been really forcing shots here at the rim. I think you got to run a set here, get something set up, and try to get a good look rather than trying to force something at the rim.
Like I said, Miller picked up his third foul. Caden Agna and Dylan Schoen, as well as Mason Gatchell, will check in for the Bombers. Jude Gibson and Parker Miller, the other two, still out there. Tigers looking to take the lead. Intense game, intense Friday night of hoops. As Scholl fires the three-point shot, and it's good. The Tigers have a three-point lead.
Yeah, I think if you're Coach Schertz here, you got to get a timeout.
Doesn't look like the Bombers are going to call one. Gibson will actually now call a timeout.
Yep, I like it. That's smart.
So the Bombers will call a timeout here. Tigers lead it 51-48 here inside the hangar. It's been a back and forth battle. Bombers trailed most of the first half, pretty much until really the end of the first half, where Parker Miller hit that fadeaway shot off the right side for two to take a 1-point lead. Then the Bombers came out in the third quarter, feeling it from range, able to hit a couple big shots from Ursula and Miller, as well as Gibson with a couple floaters. And then the Tigers, as this third quarter went on, slowly started to get back into it. And then they started this fourth quarter on fire from range.
Yes, yep. I think the Bombers, too, I don't know, I think they got to quit pressuring, not pressuring, I'm probably phrasing that wrong. I feel like they're kind of like double teaming too much, like on the perimeter, kind of leading to open threes here for the Tigers. So I think you just got to tell your guys, man, man up. Don't let your guy get past you with the dribble, and just you can't help from three either. So just can't let your guy beat you off the dribble, basically, if you're the Bombers on defense.
We got a Timu Penn State chant going on.
Oh, didn't catch that.
Bombers with the ball here out of the timeout. Been struggling on the offensive side as Gibson able to draw a foul. And if there's one way to get your groove going on the offensive end, you mentioned it in the girls' game, getting to the free throw line and getting those free points, crucial.
Yep, I love that ATO there from Coach Schertz. Just getting Jude ISO on the elbow there, and getting to himself to the line here. And it's always nice getting points while the clock is stopped. So
first one is no good. Ursuline will check in for Miller.
Yep, Jude really got to use your legs here. I'm sure a lot of these guys are worn out. It's been a heck of a game so far here, and you got to use your legs here at the free throw line to finish things out.
1 or 2 on that trip. Dylan Schoen will check in for Agana. 51-49, Tigers lead it. A 5-second call. That's not something you see often, and honestly, there wasn't a lot of noise, so it was kind of weird that there was one just kind of called in silence.
Yeah, you don't see that a lot often, unless you're watching the Kansas-Houston game last weekend. That game was crazy, by the way. Sorry, just for a random, I don't know, it's just random things come to my mind, Brock.
I get it. Gibson, no good from 3. Rebound by Fisher.
Yeah, not a huge fan of that shot there from Jude. I think he settled there. We all know he can get to the rack there, but obviously if we made that, I probably would not have been saying the same thing. So Bombers got to really lock in here on the defensive end, and like I said, can't let your guy beat you off the dribble.
Fisher with it. Over to the right wing is Scholl. Scholl's had a really good night from the three-point arc. 18 points to his name. Inside, Fisher's layup. No good. Great defense from the Bombers. My flu game is catching me up right now. Dude, I'm struggling. Gibson inside. No good. I'm going to sound like a 80-year-old man soon.
I can take over. But yeah, I love seeing that though from Jude. Right after I said last possession, felt like he kind of settled there, and what's he do next possession and gets himself to the free throw line and attacks. So love seeing that from Jude here, and now has a chance to tie the game.
All right.
Brock's catching himself here.
I think we're good.
We do not need overtime for Brock.
No.
No B-dubs moment.
Gibson's first free throw is good. That foul was on Schweiger. That's his third. Something to keep in mind here as Jackson Brown and Parker Miller will check in for Miles Mudd and Mason Gatchell. Yeah, my voice is going slowly here, so hopefully we don't get overtime.
At least we don't have a triple header.
That's good. Yeah, that's a good point.
That's good.
Well, I mean, you remember as Gibson goes 2 for 2 from the free throw line. Right around this time, I usually had a voice crack anyways when we did double headers, so this is no shock.
This is, prime Brock Bierman.
And a foul called right there. That's Schoen's fourth. So one more and he's done. Only the second team foul. So fouls are slowly starting to come into play for both teams. Really the only person in foul trouble for the Tigers is Schweiger with 3, but Bombers have multiple players with 3 fouls, and Schoen now just picked up his 4th. Three minutes to go here. We're tied up at 51. Amazing game here inside the hangar as Schweiger will throw it away, and that's a huge play for the Bombers. Huge offensive possession right here.
Yep, just like I said, Brock, Bombers keeping their man in front of them, not letting them beam off the dribble and force the cross-court pass that sails out of bounds. So great job manning up there from the Bombers.
We'll see what the Bombers can do here. Tied at 51, less than 3 minutes to go. Gibson spinning inside, puts up a difficult shot out of bounds. And a foul, a foul called. The official under the bucket was gonna say out of bounds, Tigers ball. They were gonna say it was off the shoulder of Gibson, but the foul on the the bench's side called a foul at the last moment in favor of the Bombers. That foul was on Fisher, that's his second. So Gibson again to the line with yet another pair of huge free throws.
Yes, I love, if you're Jude, keep doing this every single drive, or every drive, I'm thinking of football, every single time you get the ball, get yourself to the free throw line here, and just keep attacking the basket and make the refs call a foul. So great job by Jude, and just got to keep that up going forward here.
One more for Gibson. Misses the second, 1 for 2 on that trip, only a 1-point lead for the Bombers. Any score here outside of one free throw for the Tigers takes the lead for them. 2:30 left in regulation. Bright inside reverse layup is good. He's able to get by Ursuline easily on that possession. Schoen with the ball. We'll give it over to Brown, back to Gibson. Gibson, who's taken a lot of trips to the line in this quarter, looking to put something up off the glass and gets the friendly roll off the rim and in.
Yep, every single time, Brock, until they can prove that they can stop Jude, you got to get the ball in his hands and let him drive.
1:55 left. Bombers lead by 1. Fisher over to Scholl, finds Lawrenson. He takes it in. His floater is good, gets a friendly bounce.
Incredible touch there too by Hudson.
Gibson pulls up from 15 feet. It is good. Jude Gibson with another bucket. He's had a great fourth quarter here. Over 20 points tonight for the junior. And a timeout called, 56-55, your Bombers lead it.
Back and forth, Brock. Man, what a game we got on our hands here. Also love that timeout call there by Shirts too, kind of recognizing both teams kind of making a little run of their own, and I like that by Shirts, kind of get the defense set up here. Might see, I'm not saying we're gonna see zone here, but might see something different on the defensive end from the Bombers here.
So 1:32 left in the fourth quarter. Bombers lead 56-55. Tigers with the ball. Possession arrow favors the Bombers. Foul situation, though. The Tigers have 3 team fouls, and the Bombers only have 2. And a foul trouble situation. The only one for the Tigers right now is Wyatt Schweiger, who has 3. Parker Miller with 3 for the Bombers. Dylan Schoen with 4, and Jude Gibson with 3 as well.
Yeah. Got it. Okay, I have to give a shout out to my my man Coach Barth here texting me. Is there any fans recording the ADM huddle?
That's rough. You love seeing the intensity and everything. Guys battling, diving for the ball on the floor. It's just one of those unfortunate situations that happen in a game like this where you have that set intensity. Gibson picks up his 4th foul, so a guy who's been on fire in this quarter of play has only 1 more foul to give before he's done. So he will head to the bench as I'm trying to see who checked in.
Was it Gatchel?
Probably Gatchel, I think actually.
I know. I guess I'm not very observant either. I think it was Gatchel, though.
Walker Holmberg will check in for the injured Wyatt Schweiger. So we'll see if he'll be able to get back in. That was a rough hit for sure, and you could tell he's in pain on the sideline, but credit to him for fighting in this game. Hopefully he can get back in, or at least hopefully he's healthy enough to play in the next game for sure. So on the other, back in play, Parker Miller with the block. Battle for the ball, out of bounds. It'll remain Tigers ball with 26 seconds on the shot clock. But man, that looked like it was about to be another trip to the free throw line for the Tigers, but Miller was able to get all ball on that one and send it back. So a timeout called. Let's catch our breath here. 56-55. Bombers lead it. So it is Tigers ball. We'll see who the Bombers are able to bring out defensively, with Gibson and Schoen both dealing with 4 fouls. Schoen's the type of guy where he's kind of known, he's better on the defensive side for sure. So I know he has 4 fouls, but you kind of want to risk it a little bit.
For sure, yep. Yeah, and also, we'll see here if the Bombers do get a stop, or even if ADM scores. We'll see if Coach Schertz, it looks like the Bombers still got 3 timeouts left, so we'll see if they burn one there to get Jude back in the game for on the offensive end as well.
Great night for Hudson Scholl. He has 18 points, as well as Lawrenson, who was quiet to start, as well as Bright. Both of them were held under, I think, 5 points. Bright was held scoreless in the first half, but Lawrenson was able to pick it up, has 17 points, and Bright has 10. Bombers on the other end, Miller with 12 points, Gibson with 24. Hopefully we'll be able to get him back on the court. Due to the foul situation, they probably don't want him out here defensively right now, but hopefully we can get him back out in the court for a couple offensive possessions, which, good thing the Bombers have 3 timeouts.
Exactly.
So here we go, Tigers ball. Bombers lead by 1, 1:15 left in regulation. Lawrenson, double teamed by Miller and Ursuline. There's Fisher, almost was able to draw a foul against Mudd. 15 seconds on the shot clock. Holmberg will give it up to Bright. 10 seconds, less than a minute left in regulation. Fisher will give it up. Scholl, who's been on fire from 3-point range, takes it in on Mudd. Layup, no good. Battle for the rebound. Off of Scholl. Bomber basketball with 49 seconds left in regulation.
Woo. What a defensive possession there by Bombers, and also not fouling there when Scholl went up for that layup. So great job. I want to say it was Miles. I can't remember. I wish we had replay. But yeah, credit to Miles. They're going straight up as well. And as we see here, Bombers got Jude back in the game. So this has turned out to be a lot like the first matchup, Brock.
Do you foul if you're the Tigers?
No. You still got 12 seconds, looks like. 13 in between game and shot clock.
I just know that every announcer asks that, so I just had to
ask
it.
Yes.
Yep. The timeout call with 33 seconds left, 20 seconds on the shot clock. Your Bombers lead at 56-55 here inside the hangar in this Raccoon River Conference battle. It has been a war between the Tigers and the Bombers tonight.
Instead of Raw is war, this is like Raccoon River Valley is well.
Ain't no way you just mentioned that.
Hopefully I just made your night.
That was great.
Oh, man. I told Brock before the game we have to get some WWE content in here for him.
Yeah. So let's reset here. 56-55, Bombers lead it. They have the ball. Possession arrows in their favor. They have 20 seconds left in the shot clock. They also have 2 more timeouts left. Tigers have 1 timeout. They're on defense. Only 3 team fouls for the Tigers, so they have 1 more to give before the automatic 2 free throw shots. I think that's the new rule here in the state.
Yeah, yep, that's what I've picked up too. And I don't think we will. I cannot talk now either, but I don't think we'll see ADM try to not pick up a foul, but just like use a take foul here. Just obviously that would reset the shot clock. So
yeah,
and yes, they do have 1 to give.
You don't want to give one of your players, because they have a lot of players with 2 fouls, another foul just because.
Correct.
Until you don't use it until you actually need to use it, kind of thing. So here we go. 20 seconds on the shot clock, 33 on the game clock. Gibson with the ball. Another instant classic between the Bombers and the Tigers. We'll see how this one ends. Miller will find Gibson. Gibson on the right side, drives in, reverse layup, bounces around, no good. Rebound by Ursuline. The ball will bounce out of bounds. No foul called, and it will be Tigers basketball.
Yeah, I think Ursuline just kind of got caught up there. He wasn't sure if he should put that up or try to kick it back out to reset, but just kind of got caught in the middle there. And Bombers see if they can pick up a stop here and end this game.
So Gibson and Brown will head to the bench. Schoen and Gatchel will check in. Defense, offensive switch for the Bombers. They're up by 1, but the Tigers have the ball. Here's Bright. Bombers are wanting to travel. 10 seconds. Bright will take it in on Miller. Spinning inside. Still looking. Puts it up. Off the glass. No good. Battle for the rebound. And finally a foul is called. Ursuline takes a hard fall. I hope he's okay. He's up, but he's been battling the last minute and a half here for the Bombers on the boards.
It looked like he hit his head there, but he's also like limping off, so what a battle it has been tonight.
3 seconds left in the game. Gibson checks back in for the Bombers. Miller to inbound it. They'll get it in the Gibson, 2 seconds. And Gibson is fouled, and he will go to the line. .8 left. Puts the Bombers in the bonus. 2 free throws for Jude Gibson, who's been at the line pretty much this entire 4th quarter.
I feel like it has, yes. Alrighty, Brock, I love talking late game scenarios with you because I know you don't agree with me here.
No, we're not even gonna. We need free throws to go in first before we'll even discuss that.
I just want to get you worked up here.
We're not doing that. We're not doing that right now. Gibson gets a pair. First one is good. Do you intentionally miss here?
You know what, Brock? I am a huge believer in always tie the game, but after what I saw on Monday night, honestly, I'm not opposed to a missed shot here. However, though, I will say it looks like ADM still has 1 timeout left, so I think that might change things a little bit.
That's a good point.
I'd go ahead and make this probably. I did not realize they had a timeout left.
Second one for Gibson is good. So a timeout called. I had a feeling we were going to get to this situation.
I had a feeling too. Is this the same score from the first game as well?
Oh my gosh.
I think it is.
What? Look at you, Mr. Journalism.
Yeah.
The current score right now, 58-55, is the exact same score between the Bombers and the Tigers earlier this year, where the Bombers were able to come out with a 3-point victory against ADM. Okay, now, for the Iowa State fans watching this game,
oh man,
you're like, oh no, here we go again. This is different than the college game. I will say you do not foul up 3 in this situation.
There we go. There's my boy.
Only because this is not the college game.
All right. That's fair. That's fair. Yeah, I know. Brock and I, we differ a little bit on this, but with what I was taught growing up and kind of what I've always agreed with is anywhere less than 3 seconds left, you just let him go. Obviously, yeah, I'm a huge follow-up three guy, but anywhere less than 3 seconds left, they're probably going to be shooting, and you don't want to put the game in the ref's hands.
Yep.
That's just my belief, but
yeah. Well, it looks like Dan's going to man the man cam for the final possession here.
attaboy Dan.
Could be a huge
Attaboy Dan.
play here. 1.8 left on the clock. And a timeout called by the Bombers. Ooh, it's picking up,
Love
man.
that timeout there, but I sure it's a little chess game here too. Also, I love the pressure here the Bombers are playing. Don't let them get a nice wide open shot here. Apply some pressure, make them earn it.
So just another instant classic between the Bombers and Tigers. Like we mentioned, this series history since 2006 has been split pretty much right down the middle. The Bombers lead since 2006. They lead the series 19-18. So, and then they won the last game, obviously, at ADM, looking to pick up their second consecutive series win.
Brock's been battling that flu game, man. He's
We're
in here.
gonna get
1.8
through.
left, Brock. You got it.
I'm going to have to take care of Dan because I've been coughing his way.
Yeah.
I've been covering my mouth, but I've been coughing his way most of the game. And so he's not hearing me right now. But Dan, if you get sick, I'll take care of you, man. I'll be your nurse. I'll take care of you, man.
Shout out Dan locked in on the camera for us. Getting great shots all night.
Shades of 2020.
That's right, man. That's right. A little throwback. Crazy to think that's 5 years ago. What in the world happened?
All right, 3-point lead for the Bombers. 1.8 left in regulation. 58-55, Tigers with the ball. Looks like the Tigers are going to try to go full court here. Does that change your mind on fouling up three?
No.
Okay.
No.
Scholl to inbound it. Running the sideline, looking, fires it away. Finds Fisher. Fisher puts it up. No good, and the Bombers will come out with another huge victory against the ADM Tigers. 58-55, your Bombers win it. I forgot to hit the clock, Dan. I apologize. But another big win. Exact same score
Unreal.
between the Bombers and the Tigers as it was down in ADM.
Unreal.
Hard-fought
What a
battle
game.
from both teams. We saw people diving everywhere, making effort plays. This is the game. These are the type of games that you
Yes.
just love watching.
For sure, yeah. A lot of these guys are probably going to be pretty sore tomorrow, Brock. So, yeah, heck of a game. Kind of knew that we were probably going to have this coming in, and it definitely delivered for sure.
As we mentioned in the girls' game, up next for the ADM Tigers, they go on the road and play Indianola, which should be a good one. And then the Bombers on the other end will be, let's see here, I forget. Back at home versus Gilbert. Tim Davis will be back on the call for that one. But final thoughts on this game?
Yeah, I've been obviously impressed by both teams here. Really impressed with what ADM has, and I know Bright kind of had a slow first start, Brock, but he picked him up. Same with Lorenzen as well. But I'm really impressed with what the Tigers got. They're going to have a great rest of their season. Excited to see what the rest of the season brings for them and for the Bombers. Always got to take care of that home court. I know they lost to North Polk last week, but great week for them bouncing back, and just got to take care of those games at home, Brock.
It's been a blast to call this game with you, man. It's a little
That's
bit of a
right.
throwback.
That's right.
Tim Davis, I think, will be back on the call next week for the Ballard Network. So thank you to Timmy Trumpets for allowing us to step in while he's away in Nashville. And thank you to executive producer Dan Ingsler for dealing with my coughing and sneezing and all that kind of stuff. If he gets sick, I'll have to take care of him, which I swear if he gets sick, I'm going to feel so bad. But, 58-55 is the final score. Bombers come out with a huge victory against ADM, improve their season to 13-1, 6-1 at home, and ADM falls to 12-4 and 6-2 on the road. So for executive producer Dan Ingsler and Chase Wintermore, I'm Brock Bierman signing off here on the Ballard Network. We'll see you guys next week.